Hello, Libras, and welcome. Happy birthday. For those of you that have already had your birthday, happy birthday. For those that have it yet to come, I wish you the very best time. It is Libra season, so we are celebrating your energy, Libra. You are... This time of the year is all about you, right? It puts a spotlight on your amazing energy, which is all about, love and harmony and partnership and the beauty of things. You are a very refined and often elegant bunch, very sociable, very easy to communicate with, have a lot of sort of social grace, things like that, Libras. So yes, we love you and we celebrate you. Before we do a general reading here, we're just gonna talk a little bit about the headlines really for your sign. Saturn and Jupiter, as we speak, as we come into this Libra season, are still in Aquarius, so this is your fellow air sign. So that would have meant support for you. I mean, Saturn will be in Aquarius for a while through into 2022, oh my god. Jupiter will be rounding up its transit of Aquarius and moving into Pisces in December. So most of you Libras will already have over the past year a nice boost from Jupiter to your sun. That's a real feel good transit. Can bring a lot of good luck and blessings and things like that. With Saturn being supportive to your sun, this is a really great time. So many of you early degree Libras will have already had that. Certainly you September Libras will have already had this Saturn boost. Those of you that have this to come, and if you're unsure about certain degrees, or of course if you're not a Libra sun but you have a significant Libra placement, all of this still applies to that placement. If you're a Libra moon, if you're a Libra rising, these planets are making a trine aspect to that placement. Anyone that's connecting with Libra energy basically has strong Libra in your chart, because perhaps, for instance, you may well be sort of a Pisces sun with a Libra moon and rising, something like that, in which case you are very, very strongly Libra. But so about Saturn in Aquarius, if you're having a supportive transit, it's with Saturn, it's like a leg up. It really is like Saturn will sort of put a scaffold around you so you can build. This is great energy to get things done. I really recommend sort of figuring out when this transit is happening for you. If you don't know, if you're interested in a chart reading and a transit reading with me, all of the info is down below in the description box. You can reach me at leonora.astrotarot.gmail.com if you would like someone to go through your chart with you. But when Saturn comes around in a supportive way, this is really energy that we can use to build. Saturn wants us to make our life strong and build them, and it can give you a real boost of stamina to get things done. We're not always feeling like we have the kind of energy and the endurance that it takes to put the kind of effort in that's needed at times, and Saturn will allow us that. So this is a great transit. It's great to know when these things are coming around so that we can work with the energy. But yeah, many of you Libras still have these cycles to come, and it's a time that we can feel strong, really strong in ourselves and in our lives, and it's good to just make the most of these times for the future too, because the work we put into our lives during these Saturn transits, when we have more endurance, more patience, just more energy to put effort into things, will pay off later in our lives too if we work with it when it comes. So like I said, if you're interested in when this is happening to you, you can reach out to me for a transit chart. But let's get into your reading, Libra. We just want a nice collective general read for this Libra season. So let's have a look what kind of cards you have. We have air in reverse. And of course, we have the 10 of Cups. You are, of course, an air sign. We have the Queen of Swords. We have abundance. Well, that's nice. Abundance is always welcome. So we have cherry blossom as your flower ally here, Libras. Very nice. We have the Knight of Wands. Whoa, very fiery Knight of Wands. We have strength. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Page of Wands. And over here we have the mask. That's gonna be upright like that. Okay, so yeah, let me just check the frame here so you guys can see everything. It is a very bright day, so I hope there's not too much glare here. It's too shadowy, but let's start with this air in reverse. You are, as I said, an air sign, along with Aquarius and Gemini. It does seem to me that there's something about your energy, your life force that feels a little bit, this is in reverse, so it feels a little bit out of sorts. It feels a little bit discombobulated, and not in a major way. I don't think that you're sort of hugely out of balance here, Libra, but it's almost like something is not in its place. Something is not where it. I do think there's something that you're sort of struggling to put in its place as we move through Libra season. It's like, but there's also something about your general life force that's coming through. Like it just feels like there's a, like it's not something. Sorry, my throat. It's not something huge. It's not something major. But it's like a thorn in your side that's perhaps preventing you from moving forward or feeling completely positive, because we do have the 10 of Cups right next to it. It's like there's an overall joyful, celebratory, harmonious atmosphere, and you do love harmony, Libra. Like it's the most important thing to you is harmony, feeling like there's good vibes around, that everyone is getting along, stuff like that. And there is a lot of joy in your life, or there is a lot of joy if you let it come into your life. There's a lot of joy that wants to be around you. And a lot of opportunity. I'm drawn to this sort of rainbow here at the side, yeah. I do think that as we enter this, your birthday season, it's sort of opening a door up to a lot more opportunity than you have perhaps felt in the past or over the past year or a couple of years. And it has to do with work that you've done. Perhaps not everything is quite in its place. Perhaps there's things that still need to be worked through, but in general, you're moving into a time of more joy, more celebration, but also much more opportunity and seeing the results of some efforts. We have the Queen of Swords here, and the swords, the sword suits all does speak to air. So this, the air element. So this Queen of Swords is a good representation at times of you, Libra. You can be very focused on the mind space, on the intellect, as a way to engage with the world. You're very smart, very intelligent, like very incisive. I do think a lot of you, there's something you've been working on for a period of time, and you're hoping for some success with that. You're hoping for things to come together, to come to fruition. I do think that it's necessary for you to really sort of embody and embrace this Queen of Swords energy throughout Libra season, in that there's something coming through to me about not taking no for a reason, but also it's just like a general sense of don't take anyone's BS, basically, to defend your projects or defend the things that are important to you, but do so with like, I know we're talking about swords here, but that phrase, sort of that old line, the pen is mightier than the sword, is coming through to me. Some of you may be using your pens, of course, writing, communication in some way. And Libra, it's not your style to do battle. Like, you are the diplomat of the zodiac. You will find ways to go about things, to fix things, to approach things, and also to handle conflict without being combative, without being aggressive. You will find a way. Libra, if anyone can, you can. Find a way to just gracefully bring people together, move through problems, move through things like that. And I'm not suggesting that there's going to be large amounts of conflict around you. It's more that there seems to be something that you're trying to resolve, and it requires you really tapping into your own strength and your own intelligence, because we have this card, like, it's surrounded by 10 of Cups in abundance. Like, this is so fruitful, right? It's like you have so much to be gained throughout Libra season and beyond that, but it requires you to take almost like a kind of tough attitude, or it requires you to defend something. It may just require you to pitch something or stand beside and behind something and put something forward with strength, and also just in the face of some kind of opposition, or not in a major way. It's not like you're going to war. It's not like that. It's more like in the road to this 10 of Cups abundance energy, Libra. It's like you're having to you're having to fight for it, but like not in a big way. It's more like you're just having to stand strong and stick to your own guns, have faith in your own take on things, and know when and when not to compromise. Because Libra, this is something that you can be challenged by, because you want things to be harmonious, you want things to be peaceful. So sometimes casual disagreements for you can be quite difficult. For instance, an Aries, you might encounter an Aries who will disagree, and that Aries perceives this as just as a disagreement. But Libra, you may find it quite aggressive, quite combative. So your threshold in terms of what kind of conflict you will happily deal with is very low. You want things to be. You have a grace to you, Libra, and you don't get petty. You're just not gonna take that kind of fighting approach unless you feel it's completely necessary. And here you are just being required to be comfortable with some kind of disagreement, or not even that, it's just like fighting your corner. I do think for a lot of you it has to do with some kind of project. Let's have a look at your flower ally here. Peace. Yeah, that's always what you Libras want, peace, right? Cherry blossom. Yeah, native to, of course, we associate them with Japan. Some of you may have associations with Japan, but also China and Korea. Spring, renewal, and rebirth. I mean, it's your birthday season. It's Libra season, so there's potential here for just like a renewal. I always think of I'm not a big New Year's person, but I always think of personal birthday seasons as being the new year, right? Your personal new year. Yeah, ephemeral beauty. The cherry blossom only lasts around 2 weeks, which means to bloom. Sakura in Japanese, which means to bloom and to smile. I love this. It's a universal symbol of peace and harmony. Like, it couldn't be more appropriate for you, Libra. I promise you, I do shuffle all these cards, and I pre-select them only because I think sometimes when you shuffle, the cards will come out, they'll fly out, and sometimes it takes longer. I just do this because it works for me, but I definitely don't pre-plan anything. I'm seeing the cards anew just as you are. But it is said to call return to me to its recipient, and many may also believe that it reestablishes spiritual peace and beauty. Yeah. I think it's like you are determined to move through whatever, if there's challenges or there's things that need to be put in their place, to deal with things in a way that achieves peace. And it may have to do with achieving an outcome that is beneficial to all parties. So for some people, this may be a breakup, or it's something where people have slightly opposing approaches, and it's necessary for unity to happen, and there's no one better than you, Libra, to create that. But even you, of course, you're human, Libra, like you have your limits. And I mean, we do have this Knight of Wands energy underneath this, which is quite, I would say it is quite aggressive. And this may be an energy that's around you, or something that you fear. You don't want drama, and you don't want other people's tempers. And the fear of this, or the threat of it, may be the thing that's leading you to feel a little bit out of sorts, or out of tune with yourself, or kind of discombobulated, I would say. Yeah, but it's like, hold on to your cherry blossom, Libra. This is your flower for now. Like, you can make it through this. And holding tight to your principles of harmony, unity, peace, all of that, and everything that the cherry blossom represents, and moving through this with grace, whatever it is. It will be different for each of you, but you can do this, Libra. You absolutely can. We have the Strength card here too, so this is always welcome. I love the Strength card. It's one of my favorite cards in the tarot. I am sensing, there's something about, for some of you it will be love, for others work, right? There's something about bringing people together. Libra, you are a sign that deals with, partnership. This is the area of your sign. It's all about union, right? Bringing people together in a positive way, but there is challenges here. You're challenged by this at the moment. It's not like Libras are always lucky in love, or Libras never have difficult breakups. It's not like that, but there is something about bringing together opposing forces which perhaps are not typically corresponding, and it's requiring you to tap into a lot of your inner strength here. Inner strength, this is a tough energy, the Knight of Wands, so it'll mean different things for each of you, but the Strength card is all about soft power. So it's about how we get things and achieve things through, learning that there's strength in vulnerability, that we don't have to be aggressive. We don't have to be fiery and dramatic. We can also be very still and very strong. We can be quietly confident. And this is what this card is all about. It's about finding different ways of having personal power. I love this card so much. And I think this is a card that will speak to you very much at the moment, Libra. Like, there's different ways of fighting. And like I was mentioning with the pen is mightier than the sword, creativity and just speaking truth, like rather than just getting in and sort of causing or just like thinking that the way around things is just to destroy. Libra, you're more of a nurturing sign. You want to develop ways of connecting. And I don't think, whatever this is, like I said, different for each of you, but like you're committed to a more positive outcome. There is pain here with the Three of Swords. So yeah, for those of you that this is like a romantic breakup, there is pain here. And I think I'm drawn to, there's a rainbow here, but there's also a very rainbow colored planet here. I think in order for this opportunity and change and color and abundance and all of this stuff that's promised to you here to come in, it is necessary for you to draw a line in the sand, to grieve certain losses, to let go of certain painful situations. With the Three of Swords, it's just like surrendering to pain. You are very supported too, I'm feeling that. There are people around you, I think, if you're you might be in a kind of Queen of Swords, I'm going to handle this myself mode, Libra, but there are people, I'm getting here too, that there's people that would support you or willing to support you if you'd let them. So you might want to look around you, whatever it is, whatever this situation is for you. There's more support here than you know if you're able to ask for it, Libra. We have the Page of Wands, and yeah, it's like once whatever this is resolved, there's so much good energy coming your way. I'm looking at this sparkle here. I love this, yeah. It's like an amazing firework. I think I always encourage, celebrate yourself when your birthday comes around. Give yourself a birthday week, like celebrate yourself in any way you can. You deserve it, but you are also shining here. Whatever you're going through, people are seeing your shine. People want to celebrate you. People value you, Libra. People love being around you. I'm sure you have many friends. That tends to be the case with air signs. So whatever you're going through, perhaps internally or privately or in certain areas of your life, allow yourself to have joy in other areas. Allow yourself to be surrounded by the people that really care for you. But I am sensing that it's almost like, yeah, there's something that has to be resolved here so that you're able to feel more balanced and newer positive energy is able to come in your direction, Libra. There's like a lot that wants to happen, but it's like something has to be resolved first. That's the overall sense I'm getting, because we have the Mask here. What I was getting immediately when I saw this is that Libras, your very diplomatic side at times can lead to a feeling of, it's like you may feel like you have to swallow a lot of your frustrations and anger with people because you don't want to express those things. And that is an admirable thing, how diplomatic you are. But it's almost like, I feel like with this Mask, you have... There's some situation here where you've had to keep a lot of yourself to yourself. You haven't spoken on things. You haven't said what you wanted to say. And I am sensing for some of you there is some repressed anger. Perhaps you're relating to this Knight of Wands, this lion energy as well. And perhaps you fear things becoming, things like anger or combat, things like that. But there is something about you're required to... With the Mask, yeah. Libras, this is a thing for you of feeling like you can't entirely express yourself because you want harmony is your MO. But sometimes that's at the expense of feeling like you can be who you truly are and say what you think. And you are being challenged on that this month, in your birthday month, to actually own your truth, yourself, something that you have to say, something that you have to express, something that you want to defend, something like that, without fear of the repercussions. Like, it's not your nature to charge in and become fiery, Libra, but it's like you're being required to sort of take that very pleasant mask off that you sometimes wear, because you value harmony and peace so strongly. You can take that mask off for a time. Well, I'm not suggesting that this is a false image, right? But sometimes I think when you're under duress, Libra, it can become that way. You feel like you can't express who you really are because you don't want to deal with other people's anger, other people's conflict, right? But there's a balance there, that requires you to maintain your authenticity. And there's some situation here that you have to defend or fight for something that's really yours, that's very important to you. So you have to sort of allow yourself that, right? Because you may be meeting some kind of opposing forces. But overall, Libra, the general sense here is that whatever this is, it is not absolutely terrible. It's not the worst thing that's ever happened to you. For some, it may be more serious than others, but there's so much good stuff with this 10 of Cups in abundance that wants to come in anyway, that is around you if you're able to tap into it and not let the more difficult stuff sort of take over everything. And I do think that this is a transient thing, and you're moving into a different phase, a different era, a new year in which there's, I think a lot of opportunity with this abundance. A lot of things that you've worked for, but there's a freedom too. I think you are going to be freed from something that you felt was holding you back. So overall, Libra, this is a great read. And again, I wish you a very, very, very happy birthday to all of you during this September, October, and have the best time. Celebrate yourself, let people celebrate you, and it was a pleasure, Libra. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to reading for you all the next time. Bye.